I did a video a few months back about how we had purchased two $500,000 investment cabins in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. And while I gave you guys a tour of the first one that we had bought, I hadn't given you guys a tour of the second one that we had bought because there was just simply no time with renovations and, you know, not being able to drive 4.5 hours or so to come down here and just do this specifically. But I'm down here with the family right now. We've stayed in this for the last couple of days, which is another big benefit of investing in Airbnbs, in short-term rentals, is that you can also use them for yourself because it's likely going to be in a vacation market that you have been in and would like to vacation at in the future. And so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to run you through this. We'll give you a quick tour. I'll show you guys about the things that I use to set up my Airbnb rentals, especially in the Gatlinburg area, and then we'll go over a few of the financials because really that's what it gets down to, is it going to make money or not? So one of the biggest things that we liked about this was this parking out here. This is nice, flat, level parking, and the roads around here aren't too terribly awful, because that is one of the few things in Gatlinburg that it's hard to find. And this is a major amenity. This is a feature, is all of this level parking, because people like that. No one likes to have to drive up a cliff. No one likes to park on a cliff. And then folks that want to protect their vehicles from the rain, or if they drove a motorcycle, because there's a lot of vents down here like that, they can park them right here underneath this carport, and that is a major amenity for folks. But if you walk around this place, I'll put a picture of what it used to look like, but we added a whole bunch of stuff. We added these shutters here, all here, and then if you walk around here, this deck wraps around the entire home. And then there's a second tier deck up there that we'll get to in just a minute. You can come over here and you can play, what are you guys playing, checkers?
Tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe. On the back patio. And then of course you've got the awesome, you know, wooded view that a lot of folks like when they come here to the Smokies. Our other place has more of a mountain view, but this one does have a wooded view. So let's go inside and just take a look around at what it is that we have, because this is a true 2-bedroom, 2-bath cabin style home. And that is important because that's what people are looking for when they come down to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. If you rent, or if you buy and you rent out a different type of home, like one that has a lot of drywall, one that's more of a chalet type, those do relatively well. The chalet types do okay. The typical like residential home doesn't do too terribly well, but this log cabin style that has the, you know, floor to ceiling wood, and it has in the other one we have the open framing. You can see the rafters and everything, but this is what rents well in this area. And what struck us about this one is that it was, like I said, it was under market in my opinion as far as pricing went, because it needed a lot of updates and it was extremely dirty. And you'll get that when it's with a property manager, and that's why we self-manage all of our rentals so that we have 100% control of it. But it had already had a brand new kitchen put in. This is all granite counters. There are granite counters throughout the entire place. But all the furniture that you guys see in here, all of this is all brand new. These are brand new commercial grade couches, rugs, all this furniture, all the decorations, everything has been updated since we bought the place, since we put it under our management. And now if you've noticed in any of these rooms, especially the bedrooms here, this is the master bedroom, everything has that log cabin bear theme feel to it that folks are looking for when they come to the Smoky Mountains. That is the big draw, the bears. If you guys aren't familiar with the Smoky Mountains, familiar with the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area, around here, this area butts right up to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, and that is a tremendous draw for anyone really in the nationwide, for the United States and even internationally, but for sure within 5 to 7 hours is a gigantic draw. Now the master suite in here is pretty standard type of deal. We do have this soaking tub in here. I'm not a crazy big fan of the soaking tubs. I think they're kind of an eyesore, but for the amount of money that it would take to get rid of it and put in something else, I wouldn't gain any more revenue with that. So it is not something that I'm really interested in doing. This is the second bedroom, and this is, it's really cool. And we continue the log furniture throughout here. We have, again, the bear stuff. And what I'll do is if you guys are interested in these types of things, if you're interested in what we use in these places to furnish it, I will put as many links down below to the items that we use, from bedspreads to the pillows that we use, the mattresses, these bed frames, because these are actually very affordable wood bed frames, whereas those are usually quite a bit of money if you end up purchasing them locally. Now, we did get a lot of furniture locally. We got this locally, but the rest of the stuff pretty much from Amazon, and I will leave you guys a link to that. Second bathroom here, again, all granite and such, not too terribly fancy, and it doesn't have to be. That's another thing in this market, is it doesn't have to be terribly fancy. But what we're gonna get to now is one of the most important parts, and that is the game room. Kids are playing the Nintendo Wii. You've got the pool table, and I like the pool tables because anyone can play. It's a conversational game, and it's universal and it's timeless. Actual Jack Daniel's whiskey barrel over there for an end table, and then of course you have the multicade. We have Pac-Man in this case, and that also has Pac-Man, it has Galactica, it has Pac-Land. It's got 12 different classic arcade games for you to watch. And this is really neat up here. This loft here overlooks the entire living area, and you know, it really struck us when we first bought the place. Now we'll go outside here, second balcony. This is another must-have in the Smokies. You have to have a hot tub. It's just, people expect that. That's just one of the many things that is just, you know, this will make or break you. The cleaners do change the water on this every single time that there is a turn, and that's not as big a cost as a lot of people would think. But yeah, tell you what, this is comfortable, it's private. We are, I don't know, about 60 or 70 feet up off of these balconies, right up in the treetops. And there's even a slight mountain view over off of this side. And so with all that being said, let's get into the numbers for this property, because that's probably what you guys are most interested in, because that is really what makes or breaks this entire thing. So guys, we purchased this for $470,000, and if you're like, oh my God, $470,000 for a 2-bed, 2-bath, you wouldn't be alone. You know, a lot of folks get that reaction. But if you look in the area, the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area, go on realtor.com, look at the map view, and try to find a 2-bedroom, 2-bath right now under $500,000 that you know, isn't just in terrible shape. It's really tough to find. And so what I think that we got is a deal on this, because the exterior before we got a hold of it was not very attractive. The interior was extremely dated. I mean, it had magazines and stuff in it from like 1998. It was extremely dirty. A lot of times when these places are under property management, they don't get the attention that they should get. They don't get the care. No one really cares. As long as the property management is taking their 30% and getting their fees, they just don't care about it. So when we came through and we redid everything, we redid all of the furniture. The only thing that's left out of the original furniture when we bought it is the kitchen table. Even the chairs we redid. We threw away just 3 or 4 12-foot long trailer loads of garbage, and then when our cleaners came in to do the deep cleaning, they said it was one of the dirtiest places that they've ever been prior to us taking it over. So what we ended up doing was we put about $20,000 or so into this property after we had purchased it and then got it on the market. So we're into it for right around $500,000, which is similar to what we had into the first property that we had purchased. Now our numbers that we're shooting for are very similar to the other one. We're looking for between $5,000 and $10,000 a month in gross revenue, and then the expenses here are about the same, for about $3,000 at our minimum expenses with mortgage payment, utilities, lawn care, just all the things that aren't optional on a monthly basis. Now the cleaning fees that we end up having to pay for this place are just passed on directly to the renter, so I really never include that into my number, so to speak, because it's basically a wash from what we get and what we have to pay to our cleaners, so I don't include that in there. Now, on average, we're looking at about $7,000 a month, and then when you take that and minus out the $3,000 a month that we're paying for our basic utilities and basic holding costs, that leaves you with about a $4,000 a month profit, and that's you know, on average. So obviously your high months, your Junes and Julys, your Octobers are going to be higher, and you know, January and February, September, those are going to be a little bit lower. But you know, month to month, we can hope for $7,000 a month gross. But that's not even the best part about this, is because with the way that we were able to get this under what I think is under market, and we were able to put, you know, 20,000 or so into it, and we're into it for basically around $500,000, maybe a little bit less. The market for 2-bedroom, 2-bath homes of 1,500, 1,400 square feet, something like that, is in the neighborhood of like $550,000 to $650,000. And so I think that we could realistically list this place right now, a scant, you know, almost 3 months later, for almost $600,000. Now, we plan on hanging on to it for at least a year and see where the market goes from there. But at, you know, 3 to 10% rate of appreciation that the homes here in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area get, probably closer to 10 than 3, because 3 is the national average. We should be looking at easily being able to, if we wanted to, sell this probably next year between $6 and $650, and making that a just tremendous return on our money from the purchase price. What we used on this one was a 15% down investment loan that was able to take into account anticipated income to qualify for the loan. We didn't necessarily need that, but if you're looking for this type of thing, you can take a loan for 30 years at a fixed rate for an investment loan with only 15% down, and they will take into account how much the property is expected to produce, you know, annually. Well, guys, that is the tour of what we call Whispering Woods. I will leave a link down below that you can book this place. You can book a place that you have seen on YouTube and come see it. I will also leave another link that if you are interested in becoming an Airbnb host, you can click that link and it will help you sign up with Airbnb. You will get a kickback, I'll get a kickback, everyone gets some money, right? If you guys haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out on real estate, crypto, stocks, or any other type of personal finance topic. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one.